Hello, welcome to the Skolacloud School Management System. So I'll be giving you an overview on how to use the platform. So when you get to skolacloud.com, we move to get started. So it brings us to the registration page. So this is where you register your school or academic details. I'll be using Nevermore Academy, and I'll choose my subdomain. My subdomain will be the domain I'll be using to log into my own school portal. So that will be Nevermore. Then this is the school email address. If your school domain already has, if your school has its own domain, you can use the email address or the school official email address. This is where you put the school official email address. So let's say admin@nevermore.com. Put your phone number. Then here is the admin credentials, the school admin credentials. So this will be your full name. So after putting in all details, you go through them: your school name, the school domain, the school official email address, the school contact, the admin credentials. This is what the user will use to sign in, these admin credentials, the admin email and the password. So let's register our school. So after registration, after a successful registration, it will direct you to your own domain now. So the domain of my school is nevermore.skolacloud.com, and as you can see here, welcome to Nevermore. So I put in my email address, the admin email address I used in registering. So I'll now sign into the portal. So this is the Skolacloud admin dashboard. As you can see, it's on dark mode because my system is set on dark mode, but I can change it back to light mode. This is the tour guide telling you what you need to do. So I'll click on next. Step 1, I go to the settings. Start here to set up your academic sessions and grading systems. Next, I'll go to classes. Step 2, I'll create a class. Once my session is ready, I'll define my classes and their hierarchy, the class groups, maybe JS1, Primary 1, SS1, as the case might be, and the different arms that follow. So I set them up here. Next, I'll add in the subjects like Maths, English, and the rest according to your own curriculum. Next, this is the students, where I will add the student into the platform and assign them to different classes too. Then next, and this is the dashboard where I see everything on my landing page. So done. You're now welcome. So this is also the chat system. I can also chat with the platform owners from here. When you click on this chat system, you can chat them up from here and they will reply. So now let's go to settings. First, this is the school profile, this is the account profile, and as you can see, I can only edit the name, but I cannot edit the email address. This is the full address. The state of your school and the address, you can do these updates later, but let's go to the academic session. That's more important. This is where you set up your session. Let's say we are in 2025-2026 session. The start day of this session started September 2025. So I'll move to September, let's say on the 8th of September 2025, and the session will end in August. First week of August or ending of July. This is where this session will end. So the first week of August, let's say 31st of July is where this 2025-2026 academic session will end. So I will now create the session. As you can see, I have an active session now, 2025-2026. I'll go to the terms and I'll create term. I'll click on the session tab that I've created. I've created 2025-2026 session. I'll click on it. I'll put the term name. So either first term, second term. We are in the second term now. Let me set the second term. The second term began January, let's say on the 12th or 5th of January, and it will end April. Let's say it will end first week of or second week of April. So I'll create this term. So I already have an existing term, second term. I can create other terms too, but we'll just stick to this. And this is the grading system for the school. Click on Add System Grades. As you can see, this is the default grade that has been configured, so you can change it to however the scores and the marks for your own school, depending on your own curriculum. So I'll just give this a name. Let's say I'll call it the default grading system. And I'll now click on Save Grading System. It has saved. I now have the default grading system. You can edit it later to whatever you want. So I'll now go to Classes. I'll now create class. First, I'll come to Manage Grades. The Manage Grades, this is the class grade. You know, in a class, you can have JS1, A, B, and C, but there's a grade that summarizes them all. So that grade is either JS1, JS2, JS3, SS1, Primary 1, or however your case might be. So let's go with, let's say JSS1. I'll add a grade. It has been created. I'll create another group. Let's say JSS2. Add a grade. It has been created. Now let's add classes. Click on Add Class. The class name, I'll say JS1A or JS1B, or I can call it Diamond, depending on how your class is being scheduled. Let's say JS1 Gold. I'm using Gold for JS1. The grade is JS1. The class name is Gold, so it will be JS1 Gold. The capacity, the number of students that are supposed to be in this class, let's say 20, 25. Let's go with 25. We can assign a teacher. We've not added teachers yet, so you can later assign a teacher to this particular class. So for now, we'll just click. So the teacher that will be assigned to this class will be the class master. Add class. You can see we've added the class. So let's add another class too. Let's say, let's add JS1 Silver too. And 25 persons per class. So we have JS1 Gold, JS1 Silver. Let's also add another class. Gold for JS2 Gold. This class can carry, let's say, 30 persons. We add the class. Let's add another class again, Silver. It can be JS2A, JS2B. So you name them however you want to set up. Your own school is set up. So JS2, capacity is 30. We add the class. Now, as you can see, the class name is Silver, the grade JS2, JS1, capacity, teacher unassigned. So when I add a teacher, I can come back here and I click here. I'll click on Edit. When I edit, it will give me the number of the classes. I can change the name I can change the grade, I can also change the capacity, and I can also assign a teacher. So let's go back. Let's create our teachers. Come to users. So this is me, I'm the admin user. So I can click here, add the user, full name, let's say John Kennedy. We put the staff's email. johnkennedy@gmail.com. This will be your staff official email. The role of this staff, either an admin, an accountant, or a teacher. So this is a teacher. I'll click add user. So the user has been added. I can also do a bulk upload. When I click on this bulk upload, you can download the CSV template. Whenever you download the CSV template, you fill in the data as it is in the CSV template of all the staffs you have, and you assign their names, their roles. You assign it there, then you can come here, and when you click here, it will take you to where you get the data and you upload. The moment you upload, you have all of them listed here. So let's go to the classes again, and let's assign that teacher to JSS2. Let's say edit. For JSS2, we can come here now. You can see the teacher has appeared, John Kennedy. We now save changes. As you can see, the teacher has appeared, John Kennedy. So this is the class master for this particular JS2 Silver. So we can also have him here too. Maybe he's the class master for the entire JS2. Edit. We come here, John Kennedy. We save changes. So when you've added students, you can click view student. You can see the entire student in this class. You can also delete this class too. Click on delete. It will delete this class. It will not appear here anymore. So let me delete JS1 Silver. Delete. Asking you to confirm if you want to delete. Yes. It is done. So let's move on to the students. So there are no students here. You can also do a bulk upload. You see the student, you can filter by active, inactive, or student. You can do a bulk upload of student. You can also add students individually. So let's say student name is first name is Mary, middle name is Annie, surname is Lux, gender female, her date of birth, come here, let's say 20, giving birth to 2012, February 14th, 2012. The parents' phone number, you put their phone number, parents' religion, Christian, Islam, however it is, Nigerian, state of origin, local government area of origin, the street address. Thereafter, you come to the academic portal. You select the class that you want to assign the student to. We have JS1 Gold, JS2 Gold, JS2 Silver. So let's say we are putting the child in JSS2 Gold. Admission number of the child. Let's say your school admission number, how it is being designed. You type it AD or ST003. That's the school, the student admission number. Now you can create student portal account. So if you want to create a student portal account, the student will be able to log in their admission. The student will be able to log in using their admission number as username and password, 123 as password. So when they log in, they can now change the password. But the default password is this. So when you click on this, when registering the student, it will create a user for this student, so they can log into their own portal. If your own account is permitted to create, if your own account is allowed to create users for students, then I'm just going to toggle that off for now since I'm just doing a demo. The admission date, the date the child was admission. If the child went to a school previously or not, you type the previous school here and the reason for leaving the school. So we come here to the guardian tab. The guardian full name, let's say Peter Pan. Let's say Log Snow. The father, the guardian phone number, put a phone number there, the guardian email, logsnow@gmail.com. I can also create a portal for the parents. If your account has that authorization, permission, you can create an account for you. When you toggle here, it will create parent portal account, but I'm not doing that now. The parent occupation, let's say it's an engineer. The parent address, you can leave it that same way. Now the health status, the blood group of the child. Let's say O positive, the genotype is AA. Emergency contact name, emergency contact phone number, and if the child has allergies, is allergic to, let's say, allergic to sun, flies, allergic to cold water. So are there chronic conditions? You put the chronic conditions. If they are none, you leave it empty. Disabilities, you can leave it empty or type none. So, and click on create student. So it has created a student. As you can see, the student admission number, the name of the student, the parent phone number, the class, the gender and the status. So this student is active. We can deactivate the student. You can see active tab, inactive tab. When I click on the inactive tab, no student here. All students will give me both the active and the inactive student. So instead of creating it manually, you can also do a bulk upload to upload a student through a CSV file. When you click on the bulk upload, you download the CSV template for this. The CSV template for the students is different from the CSV template for the users. So when you download the template, you fill in the data of the student and their classes. Now, when filling in, there's a space for class ID. So you come to the classes. If you're filling in student for a particular class, let's say JSS2 Silver, JSS2 Gold, I'll come here to JSS2 Gold. I'll click on Copy Class ID. When I click here, you see Class ID. I'll click on it. When I copy it, that's the class ID of this JSS2 Gold. So let me just paste it just so that you see. This is the class ID. That's the search bar. So that class ID is what I'll use in filling the class ID tab of the CSV file. So whenever any class you're creating students for, you just come here, you copy the class ID and go there and fill it up. So let's go back to the students. You can see student. You can deactivate the student. Once you deactivate the student will no longer be part of that class. We click on deactivate. Yes. So they are no active student anymore. So when I come to inactive, I'll see that student I deactivated here. I can come here and reactivate the student back. So they are no. Go back to active. He appears here now. Now, another key feature we should look at is the subject. This is where you come to add subject. Let's say mathematics, the code is Math 101, description, junior secondary mathematics. Teacher assigned to this. We just have one teacher that we created. We can assign teacher or we can leave it empty. Let's say we assign this teacher to this class and we add the subject. So we already have a subject here. Timetable. This is where the admin creates timetable. You select a particular class. Let's say JS. We want to create a timetable for JS1 Gold. There are no timetables. You click on add period. You select the day, Monday, let's say the subject mathematics, the start time on Monday can be 8 o'clock to 8 a.m. This is the start time. The end time 8 a.m. to 8:40. If your period is 40 minutes, so 8 a.m. to 8:40. The teacher for this particular math is this teacher. For the venue, you can type the venue for the class, or you leave it that way. For secondary schools and primary schools, I believe you don't need to type a venue for the class, but for other tertiary institutions, you can type the venue for the class. If they don't have a particular venue assigned for that class, you click Add Timetable. So these are all the classes. All the classes that might be on Monday, you add them here. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this is how you set up your timetable. So the fees, this is where we add the fee structure. You can see the student billing and the fee configurations. Here, we configure the fees. Let's say add fee structure. The class, JS1 gold, JS2 silver, JS2 gold. I want to set up the fee structure for JS2 gold. The session, 2025-2026 session, the term, we are in the second term. The amount, let's say the amount is 150,000 naira for their total fees. Now, the due date, the deadline for payment, I'll set it to 20th of March. So this is the due date. When they have not paid till this particular moment, they can be driven away from school or other penalties that might follow according to how your school is structured.